Well, a lot of people were very upset, very concerned about the sheer amount of trail closures happening, not only in Parry, Sound-Muskoka, and we're in districts 10 and 7 for OFSC, but really across the entire province. There was a lot of kilometers of trail, over 4,500 scheduled to close, and that really negatively impacts snowmobiling in Ontario. So we've seen a good news story, out of something that had been pretty difficult. And thank you to Premier Ford, Minister Sarkaria, for helping to make an investment in snowmobiling, which I think is going to pay dividends for a long time to come. So it's $3.9 million of new money plus $1 million that was already scheduled to go to OFSC. So 4.9 million in total this year. And everyone heard loud and clear from our caucus members, and I certainly spoke up, a lot on behalf of Parry Sound Muskoka to say we cannot close these trails. If we close these trails, it is, part of a death by 1,000 cuts of snowmobiling in Ontario. We need to be growing the sport. We need to be creating economic opportunity for Parry Sound Muskoka, for the businesses that rely on it, the hotels, the restaurants, the gas stations, the places that sell these machines, service these machines, the places that sell the trailers. Like, it is huge. Hugely important to our economy. And so we needed to kind of put our foot in the door and say, wait a second, this can't happen. We're going to give OFSC this money right now to open these trails, or at least, not let them close. And in terms of the, bigger question about governance and where we go from here, I think there's still some questions yet to be answered.
Many snowmobile enthusiasts across the province have continued to question and criticize the perceived lack of proper governance from the OFSC, and Smith says it's something they're going to look closer at in the new year.
At its core, snowmobiling is run by volunteers at the club level in communities all through our riding and beyond. And it's been that way for eons and eons. And they volunteer their time. They're out in the groomers. They're clearing trails. They're marking trails. And OFSC is, this federation of clubs, but I think instead of kind of this bottom up, it's become a little bit top down. All the permit money goes to them, and then they start kind of spreading money around in the districts. That model's 50 years old. I don't know if that model works as well as it could or should anymore. So my opinion is that it needs a big relook and rethink. I'll be talking to my friends in caucus that have been equally vociferous in their concern about protecting snowmobiling in Ontario, and the relevant minister and the premier some more about this. But it was important, first of all, to make sure that the trails stayed open. Because, when you lose a trail, when you lose a landowner, and, all the respect in the world to our private landowner friends that offer up their land to allow trails to go over them, when you lose those people, you can't get them back. So we needed to make sure that we maintain what we had, and let's find a platform to grow in the future and make the sport even better.